Yeah, so welcome everyone to this very session. Today is the 1st of January, or I mean, 1st of July 2026. So, happy new month to all of us who are here. And I don't know if there's anyone who doesn't understand Tyap, but this is supposed to be a Tyap gathering. So, India Ninango, Ngwange Kambai, Awat, Ofunkia Yet, Osonka, Mchwachi, to in dai kyau nan kayan dominika wannan waka kuyat can yadin ko tiyan na ban man palaba shansham a waje ya su mun kya ku gano su da nufin bai
Welcome back to the Rupiara Muzansaji, Mamia. So, I'm going to share your name for the fact of Japan. I'm here to share your name for Tabjana. And I share my Tungani, Nanamai, Afak Tabjana, Kadura, Zilena, Shea, okay, 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 so we welcome you especially for this segment. It is a very special session for the bootcamp. That's Tyap Wiki Bootcamp 20 season 3. So this is a special edition of the bootcamp where we introduce the Tyap language speakers to some very important tools they need to know, important information they need to know about the language itself, on how to actually read and to write in this language. The intention is to train you to become literate on the language, to understand some basic things as far as the language is concerned, so that you can boastfully stand out there and say, okay, I am literate in this language. So being literate means you know how to read and you know how to write. So understanding how to read and write in English is totally different from understanding how to read and write in Tyap. And I believe all of us that are here, we understand the Tyap language to some level. So when I say Tyap, I mean the Tyap and its relative dialects. So again, I welcome each and every one of you. And this session is just going to be some basic orientation to how the program is going to go, because officially the program is starting on Friday, 3rd of July. So from now on, you just want to prepare your mind so that you should know what to expect as okay, to know what to expect as far as bootcamp is concerned. So again, I want to welcome each and every one of you. I think for all of us that are on the call right now, our names are rightfully displayed, but for the sake of this session, I still want us to take some individual introduction so that we can know that, okay, we're actually dealing with human being and not robots, right? Because some of our faces are not visible except for a few. So I'll just pass the mic quickly so that we'll just do a random, just say your name. No need to tell us where you are coming from because your form have already explained those things. Just say your name so that we're sure that, okay, we probably say your name and where you are joining us from. So I think that will make more good. So I'll just pass the mic to the next person by my right. Okay, Kajun, please just say your name and then pass it to the next person.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Kajun. Where are you joining us from? All right. So can you pass the mic to the next person, Kajun? Let's do this quickly.
Okay, the next person is Baliat.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Baliat.
Yeah, my name is Baliat John Babish from Kaduna State.
Thank you very much, Baliat. Can you please pass the mic to the next person you see on your screen?
Marshan Genesis, I think.
All right.
Okay, good evening, everybody. My name is Mashan Genesis Kambai. I am a Wikimedian with the Tyap Wikimedia organization. So it's my pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Please, could you Mashan, pass it to the next person on your screen?
The next person near close to me is I think it should be the Baliat, but after Baliat it should be Kambaiko, and after Kambaiko it should be Friday.
Okay.
So from there, the next
So
person
after
to Friday is Jacob.
okay, so take it up. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Nungwana manje okwaka Danjuman Tony. Swat Kaduna. I'm one of the Tyap Wikimedia. Thank you.
Thank you. So you pass it to the next person, Welcome.
Okay. I can see Holiness is to Holiness.
Mariana Mali. Holiness, you are up. Okay. So I can see Lydiana. Lydiana, please unmute your mic and introduce yourself.
Holiness may be talking, but her mic is off, is mute.
Okay. Good evening, sir.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Go on, please. Thank you. Good evening. I can hear you.
Okay. So I am
Can
Monde Kachang Marok from Mantasana Tyap, Shongoshui.
okay. You're welcome,
Yes.
sir. So where are you currently residing?
I'm in Abuja right now.
Oh, thank you very much for joining us. I can see who's here again? I can see
I'm
Judith.
not hearing you well.
John.
Your voice.
Everyone, my name is Judy John Gwazayed. I'm the member of the
Your voice,
Tyap
sir.
group.
Thank you, Judy. Okay, actually, Kajan, I can type you. We are done with you. We are moving to the next person. So the next person on my screen, I think we are almost like rounding up. Okay, I can see Jacob, Marius Jacob. Please, let's do it just quickly.
I don't think Nerios is even following.
Okay, I can see Tessie Friday. Please unmute your mic and introduce you. Tell us your
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tessie Friday from the Tyap Wikimedia user group. I live in Kaduna State. Thank you.
Thank you. PJ Twins, Daniel.
Yes, can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear.
It's all right. I'm Jacob Nerius of PJ Twins. This is my first time of joining this meeting. I'm still here. Together to Jagindi or Jagindi, but currently Ishe Ikara, local government.
Abanamba. Okay, I think on this note, you can see another person, fellow GT, and Kali is here with us. Please, can you tell us, introduce yourself?
Good evening, everyone on the call. My name is
Thank you. Good evening.
Ali Magani from the Tyap Wikimedia group. And also, joining from Kaduna. And my daughter too is here. She wants to introduce herself.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Esther Grace Alamazini, a member of the Tyap Wikimedia user group, and I'm joining from Kaduna.
Thank you, Aisha. Thank you.
Say it now.
Okay, so I think this note,
Say it
we
now.
might be having other persons, but please, you just pardon us. Maybe you can just introduce yourself on the chat. Then we'll just hand back the microphone back to Kambai as he take us on the section. So Kambai, please.
Yeah, so thank you all for coming to this very session. So this is our third year since we started the Tyap Wiki Bootcamp. The reason for this very bootcamp is for us to have Tyap speakers that also know how to write in the Tyap language. Some of us we say yes, we are speakers of this very language, but if we are called, okay, take a note for us in the Tyap language, you'll be wondering, how do I write this? So we don't want that to continue, and that's the reason why we started this very program. And as you also learn how to write in the Tiap language, we also want you to apply it somewhere, because some people will be like, if I learn the language, how do I apply it? Or where is the language being spoken? Or where is it being used? That used to be true in those days. It's a long time ago. But currently, as we speak, the Tiap language has a lot of places where we can apply it to. And a lot of people are also being employed to teach this language. A lot of people are being trained to become teachers of this very language. So we in the Tiap Wikimedia user group, we are promoting this language by not just writing it, but we are also bringing or making an opportunity or creating an opportunity where you can be able to apply it. And so when we have the online sessions, or in online sessions rather, we actually are going to take you on how to, or the basics of writing it, the rules of the orthography, and what you are expected. And then when we are done with that, then we are going to come back in person for 3 days. That is only meant for a very few people if you are very, very serious and you are very committed. So for those 3 days, we are going to camp you here in Kaduna, and we are going to be coming to our official workspace where we are going to be learning, and then we are going to having fun also as well, because there will be plays, there will be learning sessions, there will be, of course, we have our meals also, and then we also have maybe a little kitchen session. uh, Different things. We have our tashukum, which is our folklore, and everything will be as fun as possible, so that it won't be only learning, 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 and there's no play. You will get tired of the whole thing. So we have been trying different systems. The very first year we started in 2024, we had about 12 of us go through this very session. And at the end of that very 2024 session, it was like we have put in a lot of effort, but the result was very poor. So we're thinking about, okay, what do we do to adjust what we have done in 2024? Then 2025, we were hoping that we will have both in person, where we'll be seeing our faces, and then we will be having online also. But then that one had its own advantages, but it has its own disadvantages as well. So this very year, we are hoping to mix both the in person, and then that's the 2025 and then 2024 as well. So anyone that yields more results, the aim is that, let it not be that we finish this whole program and everybody goes back home the way they came. So it's not going to be encouraging at the end of the day. So I'm going to share my screen, and then we are going to see the homepage of what we are going to be doing. But before then, let me make an introduction uh, to our program. So my name is Kambai, as I earlier stated, and I'm from the group we call the Tyap Wikimedia User Group, and with me we have Kuyet, we have Obaka, and then we have Mashan, and we have our members also as well, who are very plenty here in this very gathering. And what we do is we write articles. Articles are just like I want to write about Kaduna, I'll go to Wikipedia and then I'll translate the article written already about Kaduna in the English Wikipedia to Tiap, and then I post it out there. And then we also have uh, different programs, like including mentorship programs, which we just rounded up on the 27th of last month. That mentorship program is to teach you how to edit Wikipedia. So we won't just tell you to edit Wikipedia without teaching you how to edit the Wikipedia. So a lot of times we send out messages for our people, especially the ones that speak the Tiap language, to join our program. At the end of the day, we kind of get the results, or we kind of see like it's as if our own people are looking at us like foreigners. Yeah, it's like what we are doing, they don't really understand very well. So we are hoping that we'll use every channel possible as well to make our people understand this is what we are doing, and this is how we can also benefit from what we do. So we upload images about our culture as well. Like for the past 2 years or so, most of the programs for upload, we call them photo contests. They come in different forms. For example, we call one Wiki Loves Africa, we call one Wiki Loves Folklore. But at the end of the day, when we have this program, we see that people from outside of our community, they keep on winning a lot of prizes. Meanwhile, our own people, they don't even bother to upload images. So it's quite very painful. But during this very boot camp, especially the in-person session, we are going to have a session where we will teach you how to edit on Wikimedia Commons, where we put our images, and then we'll teach you how to write Wikipedia in Wikipedia, the Tyap Wikipedia. And by the way, the Tyap Wikipedia is number one in the Middle Belt. We were the first language to be approved in the Middle Belt in the year 2022 out of about 509 living languages in Nigeria. So in 2022, we only had Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, and then Fula, and then Gumbe followed us in 2022 as well, shortly before TIAP got approved. So you see that our own the Tiap language is having a very few people that speak it compared to other languages like Tiv, for example, that has millions of speakers. Like languages like Nupi that has a lot of speakers, millions or over a million speakers. But then you wonder why is it that Tiap has a Wikipedia before any of these languages? Even as we speak, Tiv doesn't have a Wikipedia yet. So you see that it has already been presented to us on a plate of gold. It's now remaining for us to come and eat what has been given to us. But a lot of Tiap speakers do not want to come and eat. So I don't really know what the issue is, but it's good that we start from being literate in the language. So I'm going to share my screen. Then you are going to see how our homepage looks like. Don't be afraid or don't feel left behind by what I'm going to show you, because we are going to teach you how to register as Wikimedians, and then you also become Wikimedians like us at the end of the program. So I'm sharing my screen currently. Yeah. So I don't know. Can you see my screen right now? Can someone see a page given written as Event Wiki Bootcamp 2026 TIAP virtual meeting? You can unmute to.
Yes, I can see your
Okay.
screen.
Okay. Thank you very much. So this is our homepage for this very meeting. So we are actually expected to register our presence. We who are present here, I shared the link earlier on in the chat there of this very GT call. So if you are a Wikimedian already, you can register on this very page. For now, we only have two participants registered. And for those who are yet to become Wikimedians, okay, we have about four. And then for those who are yet to become Wikimedians, don't worry, we will capture as much as possible your names. Some of your names have been captured here. But if there's nobody if there's somebody who has not seen their name, please indicate or write it on the chat so that we add your name as one of the attendees as well. But this is not our homepage for the bootcamp. So this is our homepage, and I'm going to share this very link to the call to the chat so that uh, you can be able to click and then you can familiarize with it uh, before you become a Wikimedia. So this very dashboard is called the MetaWiki dashboard, and here we're going to see that we have the about section of our bootcamp, and then we have the 20.
Come by, if you are speaking, it's like you are muted.
Oh, sorry. So
Yeah.
I think you can hear me now. Yeah, so I'm
Yes.
back again. I'm back again to the page I stopped. So if you look at this very page, this is 2024, our very first bootcamp. This is the one. You are going to see what we have done thus far, the objectives of this very bootcamp. The objectives have not changed yet. They are all the same thing, and all we have been able to achieve. You can see them, and we have the YouTube recording of all our events that we have conducted for the past 7 days of that very program. And then we had a particular rule. Once you join this very in-person meeting, you are not permitted to speak any other language but yeah, you don't speak Hausa. You can manage to accept English because of those who are yet to like master the language. But kuna ana Brambu Brahma, Brambu Brahmania. Even if you just just model your word, how do you call it now in English? Just manage to speak something, chew your mouth, chew as much as possible. If until it becomes like chewing gum, but you'd actually have to speak it, because if you don't speak it, you can't be able to know it. So some people actually kept quiet. They didn't want to be speaking because they didn't want to make mistakes. Of course, if you don't make mistake, how will you get corrected? And some people don't like to be corrected. If they get corrected, they will get angry. And you know what is actually said about is a person who doesn't want to be corrected. I won't want to say it online. Yeah, so it's not a good statement. But anybody who is willing to learn has to be ready to take correction. And if you take correction, you actually learn and be able to learn to teach other people as well. So these are the games that we had, and everything was quite fun. And we were supposed to have videos also here, and we had interviews. And Kajun is one of those people who attended. Session is one of those who was present in 2026, 2024 rather, and 2025 was also a very good one. But then we only had uh, a number of people who I don't really know. Okay, we had early during that very 2025 edition, which was last year. And also, just like the first one, we have records of all we have been able to do. By the time you scroll all these ones, you are going to see the program entirely, what we have been able to do. And then over to 2026, this very year, we hope that all of us who are present here will participate in this very 2026 session. This very year, we're hoping that we're going to have the Tia Bootcamp, and then we'll have the Zoo Bootcamp. But then it seems we may not be able to have the Zoo this year, but we're going to hold the Tia Bootcamp this very year. And this year, you are our cohorts, you are our fellows for this very year. And we're hoping that at the end of the day, you yourself will become teachers of this very language. not just to teach another person in the classroom, but you have children as well to teach at home. So maybe you start from home, yes.
Sometimes.
You understand? So you start from home before you then extend it to maybe church, and then extend it uh, to the school environment. So this very thick. I just took us over to see an overview of this very bootcamp, and probably I'll stop sharing my screen now, and then I don't know if anybody has a question based on what I just said before we move over to answering the questions that some of you asked uh, during the time of the filling of the form. We will respond to all your questions today. So, any questions? I will be let deliver. So, yes,
Carry power.
okay,
You are
no
okay.
problem.
So I think well done, combined. Okay, I think you have made quite you have raised quite a point there. But just what I want to add is that just as Kamba was saying, emphasizing on the sorry, just as Kamba was emphasizing on the format of this year's bootcamp, we are going to have series of online. Then we'll be concluding with a 3 days bootcamp, in-person bootcamp. So what that means at the end of the s- online series, we are going to conclude with an in-person event here in Kaduna. So for those who will be selected, your selection will depend on your participation in the online session. So the online session is going to be a whole lot of activities, series of learning, assignment, take homes, and what have you. So within those periods now, that's where it's going to inform who will participate in the in-person. So from there now, we are going to make our selection. Okay, this person has been so committed, and this person is good to go. So from there, we are going to select the people who are going to come and have you know the program with us here in person. So this is just what I want to add before we open our section for.
Okay, so if there's anyone who has a question, please feel free to ask your questions before we go over if they are different from the ones that are already submitted. But maybe I can just read out some of those sections, those questions, and then answer you. Then, if anyone has an additional question, then you ask. So, the very first question we have is someone said, I don't understand the dialect you mentioned on the questions of which dialect I speak. I speak Tiap, but it is not on the options, please. So, what we have there is we have Tiap in 7 different dialects, and the one maybe the one was the one that was rendered as Mabado or Mabadodo or Mabadodo. So that very Mabadodo is just a way of differentiating it from the other ones because uh, you may not know, but Gorok, Tuku, Takat, Shulyo, Phantom, Tetrarak, they are all Tiap variants. For the fact that they speak, you understand, and you speak, they understand means that we all speak the same language. And the body that is responsible for giving, apportioning identity to languages or giving what they call the ISO code, they actually list all these 7 as the same language. But Ju is the only one that was listed as a separate language. But then, including Ju, they are all Tiapic languages. So we are kind of uh, encompass or maybe absorbing everyone who wants to learn the Tiap language. Any of the varieties you speak, you are welcome. But if you are from that side that they call a Tiap chiefdom, then you speak the Mabarodo dialect according to our own classification here. So your own dialect is included, except maybe there's another dialect entirely that we don't know about. Then you can also mention. And then the second question says, How can our children know our language? Of course, you have to learn it first before the children learn it from you, because every child that was born, they are born almost empty. It depends on what they hear from home, what you speak as parents. If at the end of the day you say, my child doesn't know how to speak, that means you have failed in teaching your child the language. It's as simple as that. So we as the parents should be able to learn the language ourselves and then be able to teach the language to the children themselves. And then the next question says, I am an Abatiap and I married to an actual Atiap son, but I had to choose Gorok as a dialect of Tiap that I speak because my okay, so she didn't see the Tiap or the Tiap dialect that she knows. Just as I explained earlier on, whenever you see Mabododo, it means the Tiap of a Tiap chiefdom. Mabododo is the Tiap, or somebody's mic is on. So whenever you see the Tiap Mabododo or you just see Mabododo, it means that that Tiap is the Tiap spoken in a Tiap chiefdom. So don't get confused. And then the next one says, how can this program be implemented such that it can be offered online and uh, also at a safe pace of learners or something? So what uh, I explained earlier is actually what this question is also getting towards. We had this very program since 2024, but last year we decided to have it online and offline. So if you are not available to learn it in person, then you can join us online through a GT Meet call like this very one we are having. So from the 3rd of July, which is the day after tomorrow, we are going to be having online sessions every Friday by 7 p.m. for 6 weeks from 7th, I mean from 3rd of July to 7th of August. Every Friday, we're going to have by 7 p.m. a chat session for 1 hour or a little over 1 hour, so that we will teach you how to read and write. Especially, you have to understand the orthography of the language, the sounds. If you understand the sounds, then you are good to go with Tiap language. But for the learning of how to speak it, that one would actually need an extra effort on your part. If you want to learn how to speak the language on its own, there are other ways of doing that. But this very session, this very boot camp is for those who have an idea about the language and they want to know how to read and write. Literacy is a major issue. Okay. So the next question says, I highly anticipate the Tyap Wiki Bootcamp Season 3. So thank you very much. This one is just a commendation. And I think the rest also sees, they are also commending. So somebody said, do we need to pay or is it free? So this very session, you're actually supposed to pay for it. Yes, you're supposed to pay for it. But then we have the Wikimedia Foundation, which said that this very session, like this one, that we should make it available for you for free. That's the reason why we're giving it for you for free, to you for free. But then we have a manual, we have a booklet that we have developed, which we are going to make available. But you have to buy that very book. We don't want to give it for free. You have to buy it some amount so that you value it more, because I see that most of our people value what they buy with their money much more than what is given to them for free. So we make a commitment on that very one. And then any other questions? Okay, somebody says, asked, would distance be a barrier? Well, distance will not be a barrier if you are learning online, because for 6 weeks we are all going to be on. In fact, you can be learning on your bed as you are lying down. You are joining us on the session anywhere you are, so long as you are on earth here. You can join us online for 6 weeks. And then if at the end of the day you are faithful to those very 6 weeks, then we select you to come over to Kaduna. We pay the expenses for your learning. So you see that you as a student, instead of you paying money now, we will be the one to be paying for your expenses. Even though we will not pay you salary, so you can hold your pocket money and come um, and be buying your stuff. But for the major expenses, we'll take care of it on our from our own end here. The aim is we want to make it more interesting for you to learn the Tiap language. So year in year out, we do this bootcamp, and uh, that's just what we want to achieve: literacy, high literacy amongst Tiap speaking people. And for those who are not Tiap speakers, who are interested learn the language, you can still join, or you can still invite them to come online to learn alongside you. And somebody also asked, is there a fee to it? So that has already been asked as well. And another person says, is if there is, I will ask in subsequent time. Okay, maybe that one is asking if there's a question. So I think this okay, somebody asked who are the organizers. So the organizers of this very event are the Tyap Wikimedians user group. So we have made this very one a project, our own personal project, because we have seen what our community is suffering from. We are suffering from high level of illiteracy. Being an illiterate doesn't mean that you have not gone to school. You can be a professor and be an illiterate in a particular language. You may be literate in English, you are not literate in Tiap, then you are an illiterate in the Tiap language. And that high level of illiteracy is what we want to clamp down, want to bring it down, so that we ourselves, the speakers of this language, will be able to develop the language ourselves. You are very good in speaking the language, is not enough. Learn how to write it, and not just to write it very well. And not that you write share and then you go and write Shiya. No, zero. You write it according to the way our orthography says you should spell it. If our orthography says you should write Shya underlined, you underline the A, and then you go about writing Shya without an underline, you are not following the orthography. So we want you to follow it perfectly and then follow it very well so that you'll be able to teach another person. So I think I'm done with my presentation, and it's now over to you to ask your
Yes,
questions.
Kamba, there is a question on the chat here. Just checking.
Okay, so the question says, is it the last one? It says, good evening, house. I don't know
No, no, no.
whether,
The first three, there is two more. Okay, there's another one at the top.
okay,
If
so
the
this one
chiefdom not
says,
about this
yeah,
great work, or is there
okay,
sponsorship? So there's a question.
okay, so is it the chiefdom that is sponsoring? I think that's the question.
Yeah.
You are asking, okay, so whatever we do, uh, you'll be expecting that their chiefdom should be helping out normally. That's the way it's supposed to be, because that's the language of the people. But uh, even one kobo or even half kobo, we have not gotten as a support to this very program. So the organization that helps us in this very program is the Wikimedia Foundation. Wikimedia Foundation is an organization registered in the United States that is the owner of the Wikipedia that you know. I don't know if you know Wikipedia, but Wikipedia is an online encyclopedia that you go to learn. And for the purpose of clarity, I would like to share my screen for a very short period of time so that you understand what I mean by this practically. If you can see my screen, this is my Google screen, and I want to check Kadu. In fact, I want to check Maroc, because I think Maroc's grandson is here with us, or his great grandson is here with us. So you see Maroc here. So we have Maroc Gandu, and you can see the very first one that comes up there is Wikipedia. In other words, anywhere you search for something that has to do with knowledge, Wikipedia is always among the top to come up. You can see it with this W, big W, Wikipedia. And uh, happily, Marogandu article on Wikipedia was created in the English language, and we also translated it to the Tyap language as well. So this is where we read, we gather knowledge, we read about things, and you can see these people here. This is the circumstances of. Okay, so thank you. So we are back again. So this are the image. This is the image of the people who invaded the Tiap land in 1902. They are on their way to go and kill the Tiap people as they snap these images, or rather, that was before or after that very period. After that very period. This was in 19. In fact, that was in that very year, 1902, when Morocco was killed. So this is history. If this was not recorded and this was not put on Wikipedia, where would we actually go to learn about all these things? So that's the use of Wikipedia to store knowledge, our own knowledge. Now, these children that you are seeing, they won't know it if you don't teach them your history. We don't teach history so that people will become bitter with fellow people like them, but we teach history so that people don't repeat the same mistakes that their grandfathers have repeated or have done over and over. So if our parents have done things like this, they did it like that, and they never got resolved, then we should be able to do things differently because we are supposed to know history. So that's the purpose of what we have here. And this is just one version of what we have written.
Kamba, if you are speaking, your mic is muted again.
So sorry, I hope I was not quiet for a long time.
Like for the last 10 seconds.
Okay, so thank you very much. So I actually said if you see anything wrong with any spelling or any writing in the tab Wikipedia or any Wikipedia at all, you are at liberty once you have registered as a user of Wikipedia to edit that thing. It's your responsibility to make sure that everything is correct as it's supposed to be. So don't wait for somebody to tell you that this is what you should do. Go ahead to do it. It is required that all Wikimedians should be hard or should be people who do things without being told, go and do it first. So, like you asked earlier, if it is the Tiap Chiefdom or the Tiap Chiefdom that sponsor us, unfortunately, we would have wished that the Tiap Chiefdom is doing its best to help us. And we know that Tiap is happy about what we are doing, yes, but there has not been any commitment to making sure that we push this very language forward. So I think somebody's mic is on and there's a so so, uh, but then we have the Tiap Language Development Board, which is doing through actually Akila Bungun. We have been meeting with him for the past 1 year, almost every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to document the Tiap dictionary. And we want to make sure that our people, it's not an easy work, it's not a happy thing. Like, it's good that you are documenting all these things, but it's very stressful. Just imagine that you go to bed late and then you have to wake up at a particular time and then you come and edit something that you are not being paid for. None of us is being paid for this. Just to make you know it. We're doing it out of passion, out of the thought for these very little ones that you are seeing, that tomorrow if they too they have their own children, what would they be teaching their own children? So that means that by the time we are not able to document anything, by the time we are not able to do what we are supposed to do today, they will have a problem when it comes to their own turn. So just imagine that if our own parents or our grandparents had done this thing that we are doing now, we would have found it more easier but they never did that. So we are taking it as a challenge now, bearing the pain to do it now, so that our own children don't have to curse us, that they don't have to insult us, that we were irresponsible like our grandparents were, or some of our, or most of our grandparents were irresponsible in this. And probably they didn't know better. Probably they never knew better. So you will not blame them completely. You won't blame them completely because they grew in a system which never supported their own growth or the growth of their identity. So it's unfortunate that it happened that way. But we who have the opportunity, we who have the chances or the knowledge to do what we are doing now, it's good that we do it, and we are hoping that you who are going to join us in this very project, we do it, take it like your personal project, take it personal, and don't allow anybody to discourage you. Uh, you know, in this very work, you are doing it for somebody who is coming after you. So I don't know if I have answered all the questions or so. PJ Twins, you are asking if your question is the one being answered. Yes, it is actually your question that was being answered, and okay. Okay, so yes, we are recording this very meeting, and you will be able to find this very. So there's a noise in the background.
Please,
Yeah, I have muted you.
Okay, so this is the link to this very recording currently ongoing in YouTube. So you can always watch this very meeting on YouTube. You can share the link for others who are not able to join to also watch. So I don't know, do you have more questions to ask, or are we all good?
So please, if you have any question pertaining the bootcamp entirely, because the whole thing is coming out, is starting on Friday, being taught. So if you have any question ahead of that bootcamp, any clarity, anything you need clarification on, this is your time to ask.
Please feel free to ask.
What I understand here is that some persons did not actually capture the process of the explanation due to network failure at their end. For instance, myself. Um, but for somebody like me who have attended the bootcamp, I think I should be able to say that I don't have much to ask. Maybe if I will have a question to ask, probably when we start the bootcamp proper, in the process of following up, I may need clarity. So I want to suggest that since many of us couldn't follow up due to the crack of network at our end, we should the organizers, especially the leadership who will be up and doing, somebody should be assigned to these responsibilities of guiding some of the persons like us that couldn't link properly by answering some of the mix up they may come up with during the boot camp. So this is my advice, and I hope I did not go wrong with it. Thank you.
Thank you very
So
much,
then,
sir. Thank you. Okay. So I think with all of this, there's another question from PJ asking, it was unfortunate that my network went bad. Okay. And then the time of Friday is going to be by 7 p.m. Yeah. So that has been responded to. So based on the suggestion that Shan has made, I think it is quite an important suggestion, and we're taking note of all of this. And as we roll out the programs properly, we're going to see how we can be able to apportion and be mentors to some of the participants for onward guidance. So thank you very much.
okay, I think
Sampai,
Sankai's hand
your
is
hand.
is up.
get the issue. Can I still
Sampa, you
follow
have a
on
question?
YouTube?
All right.
Yes. Can I still follow it on YouTube?
So I think if we don't have any
Yeah, I think
question,
Sampa is speaking, but I can barely
okay,
hear him. Sampa?
okay.
I said, can I still follow on YouTube? Is the recording available?
Yes. So the link to the recording has been shared on the meta page. I mean, on the chat right now. Just check your chat. You are going to see the link to the recording right there. But I will still post it again. I'll paste it again in the chat. Uh, so
Okay, thank you.
so that you can be able to see it. So it has been
All right.
pasted again
Can,
in the
can I
chat.
say something?
Okay.
It seems like some people find it difficult to control the meeting here because I've been chatting with some people that they are seeing people but nobody is saying anything. So maybe they don't know how to control the JC meeting. So I don't really know how we will do that. Some people find it difficult to join, or even though they join, they don't know how to mute, they don't know how to say anything, or they don't know how to listen. So I don't know.
Okay, so I think
Okay.
in this very situation, it's something that one would have to teach themselves, or they have to attend more meetings, and then just try to. You can create a one-on-one session with. You can even have a session with WhatsApp, and then you particularize probably, so you can be able to touch whatever you want to touch on the whole GT Meet app, and then familiarize with all of it. And whenever we have a meeting like this, then you would be able to flip entirely.
Yes.
Um,
So I think this is also part of the learning process. For some of us, I believe this might be their first time of joining a call like this, online call like this. So you should take this as an opportunity also for you to learn something new. So if you have any challenges, you can reach out to Baba. He will provide guidance for you on how to navigate the Jitsi interface. So thank you very much, Baba, for raising that. And also follow up on them as well, Baba. Can see Peter, your hand is up. Peter,
I don't think he's aware of that, Seth. You could hear his
okay,
background.
okay, okay. All right. So I think
The same thing with
at this
Mr.
point,
Monday. He has been trying to say something.
Godia is raising her hand, I think.
okay,
Kajum.
Kajun,
uh,
is that
no, no, she's
Maybe
not.
my hand.
Yeah.
okay?
I think it's
So
Peter,
all
not
right.
Kajum.
So yeah, it's Peter. So I think at this point we don't have much question. Or is there another person so that we will know this if I trust anybody? Anyone that want to raise a question before we wrap up?
I
Okay.
think in the
So I
absence
think
of
on
any
this
other
note,
thing, in the absence of any other thing, I move the motion that we'll round it up today and wait for the practical participation, hopefully by Friday. So therefore, I move.
thank you very much. So to everyone on the call, a special thank you to each and every one of you. But then before we call the final shot, maybe we'll pass the mic back to Kambai to say his final word before we close. Kambai,
Y- Yeah,
any
thank
final
you very
words
much.
before
So,
we
yeah, thank you very much. And I don't know, is it good that we create a new WhatsApp page, or should we continue with the last WhatsApp page that was available?
Yes, we should continue with the last one.
Okay, so maybe we can
My
share
suggestion
the
is
link. Okay, so maybe we can just share the okay, we'll just share the link to the WhatsApp group so that all of us who are present here can join the WhatsApp group, and then we'll let you know about any other thing that we have in mind. Meanwhile, hopefully a mail should be sent to you, or maybe you can keep on looking at this very page that I shared with us earlier on. Then you'll be able to see the updated version of this very page, because it's going to be updated, and then we are going to see the timetable for the lessons. So this is the meta page, or the project page I'm just about dropping to for us, right here in the group. So feel free to click on this very, save this very link, and then, or just keep being updated on the Tyap Wikimedia's user group page on WhatsApp or on Telegram. I don't know how many people among us have not yet joined that very group, but it's good that you join the group so that you also be updated on that very page. So from me to you, I say thank you very much. Ngwai, what more banyu what zoom atuk atuk kasabat kia. Okay,
took Jomo.
okay, atuk juma. So zoom mim atuk juma
Yes.
ka
All right.
kachabarama.
Yeah. So, and I also want to believe that all of you that fill the form, your WhatsApp number is there. The number you put there is your WhatsApp number. So, for those who have their WhatsApp number on the form, we are going to add those WhatsApp number to the WhatsApp group automatically. So, in case you see yourself in a new group, don't get panic. You are safe with us at least. So, yeah, so I think on this note, we want to call it a day by saying a very big thank you to each and every one of you for taking your time to participate in this online orientation session, a very special session for that. So thank you very much. We appreciate your time, and we look forward to having you on Friday for the session as we kickstart proper. So thank you very much, and have a wonderful evening, everyone. Thank you.
Ngwai, fungenzi,
Goodbye.
ngwai yo,
So,
Imagination.
the definition
yo, imagination.
Mm. Goodbye.
Fungen.